Okay, this is Andy Graham of the Ask Andy Show, hoboontheroad.com. Please go to my website, hoboontheroad.com. I make money by selling my products, so buy one of them. Okay. Hi, Andy. Timothy G. Yes. Hi, Andy. I followed your blog for years and love your work. Always great stuff. Quick question. It's not always great stuff, but thank you. Quick question. Heard anything substantial about Baja, California over the last few years? My wife and I are thinking about cranking down there for several months this year. Baja means the southern part. Seems slightly off the beaten trail in the best sense, meaning there are still plenty of amenities and tourists, but relatively low prices, very low crime, and perfect climate in the winter. I am specifically talking about La Paz, Loreto, y Todos Santos area. What I've heard, Cabo is a tad build-up, but 50 minutes from there is beautiful. Just wondering your thoughts if there are any. Have fun rambling. Okay, I have never been to Cabo. I've heard a lot about it, and I really wish I would go there. I did talk to a man. What I've heard over the years is that, yeah, Cabo is way overbuilt and way overpriced, and it's an American colony, and it's really difficult to live there. It's not, you know, really the benefit of going to another country like these is that you can live unbelievably cheap. So I'm sure there's still places where you can live there cheap, and you can leverage the amount of money you live in the United States to live in a cheap country. I think what is good is that there's not so many normal Mexicans there, and the crime is lower and all these things, and the amenities are better. I haven't heard that it's a tad built up. I heard it's way overbuilt. Okay, but if you can find a place, I don't think there's any problem with going down there, especially, and I think the climate will be good. And some of these little Baja, these little pieces, fingers can be good because the wind blows over there and cleans the air in a way. The winds from the ocean blow over, and they make these things. I lived on a spit of land like that in Pila de Cuesta, north of Acapulco. It was 22 kilometers long, and it was really nice because there was no mosquitoes. The wind kept blowing, and see, constant wind off the ocean will get rid of the mosquitoes. On the other side is, you know, salt water is not so good for equipment and things like that. Definitely not good for computers. I do know that somewhere from Cabo you can take a boat across, or you used to take a boat across to the mainland of Mexico. I would love to do that. I'd like to go down from what is it, like Tijuana all the way down to Baja, and then take a boat across. That's a trip I'd like to do. On the other side is I've almost had my full of Mexico for the rest of my life. So I spent a couple years in Mexico, so it's not really thing. And I'm having trouble with too many Americans. So what can I say? I really don't like to listen to the Americans talk. I really like a diverse culture where it's full of, the Americans are only 10%. I don't really like it when they're more than 10%. I think you got a good plan. I think everything is good, Timothy, and I don't think there's any problem with that. And I think you can have fun. And what's great when you go into one of these places like that, there probably is more. There's value in talking to people that are very wealthy. Okay, the reason wealthy people go to a lot of different places, and they can give you hints and clues to places to go to. And I think there's more wealthy people down there, and I don't think it's not your cheap traveler that's going there. I think it's a more affluent one, and if the price is right for you, I think it's a good deal. I think wealthier travelers are sometimes a lot happier than the real poor ones. You got the economic refugees that are leaving the United States because they don't have the money, and they're angry at the United States. This is not, the better traveler is the one that's traveling because they have a lot of money and they're curious. Okay, I have always traveled because I've been curious. I haven't always had a lot of money, but I just traveled because I'm curious. I didn't leave the United States because I hated the United States. I left the United States because I realized, it's costing me $100 a day to live in America, and I can live in Mexico for $10 a day. Hey, $100 means I can live 10 days down there and not work. Economically, it made a lot of sense to me. I just don't enjoy working. I think it's a really waste of energy, and a lot of times, especially when I'm working for things that I really don't care about. I have even thought here in the United States I could easily live on $500 a month, but you know, I'm not. My job has nothing to do with it. I don't have a job that makes me live in a place that's highly concentrated and full of people. Now the cost of gas here is kind of crazy, so I don't like the lack of public transportation. The big benefit of living in all these countries where I go to is the transportation. I can go anywhere and everywhere without a car. In the United States, I need a car. And if I drive from Orland to Angola, which is 10 miles away, you're talking $10 just to do that trip. There goes my budget. While if I was in anywhere in the 225 countries on the planet, I could do the whole thing for 50 cents. It's just economically a better deal to live abroad. Well, Timothy, tell me about your trip. Write me back and tell me after you go there what the pros and cons. And I always want to know if there's a $10 a night hotel close. But most people live more expensive than me. So, but I religiously hold to the $10 a night hotel.